Your debut happened in the midst of a very difficult time for the world when the COVID-19 pandemic struck. Was it challenging to promote your music during this time?
저는 개인적으로 이 가수라는 직업이
I think as artists, it's a human-to-human job, which is why broadcasts and stage performances are different when there aren't any fans standing in front of us, and instead we have to upload videos. There were some moments where it felt like interaction was lacking a bit. But now we get to meet fans from all over the world, not just Korea, but including the fans in Singapore. And we get to cherish the in-person experiences a lot more thanks to that.
맞아, 팬분들 있고 없다. 그러니까 처음에 저희는 없는 상태에서 시작을.
Especially because we started off in a no-audience setting. I later realized how precious an experience it is to have people standing there when we perform. One good thing I will say is that there was that momentum of us trying to unite as a group because there isn't really an audience that we can see directly. So the members were trying to lift each other up. I think that memory really sits well with me.
What inspired or motivated you to audition for and join YG's training program?
아까 좀 전에 말씀드렸던 공연에 관련된 얘기.
I think we said previously also, it has a lot to do with how the brand is affiliated with the concept of performance. We have seen other artists in our company and their performances. Their songs are amazing, but we also grew up watching their performances. We didn't major in professional music, but what we learned from watching other artists is that performance and the stage brought some energy that we just can't explain in words. For the YG brand, there is this coolness about YG that we want to show off and have yet to show off. And that's purely what we've learned from our senior artists, and we're constantly thinking of how to deliver that on our performance as well.
YG이기 때문에.
또 짧게 얘기하자면
For me, it's two things. YG is where all the cool people are, and also where my role model is. That's why we've only looked at YG the whole time and just pursued YG and nowhere else. I love you, YG.
The three of you made a conscious decision to pursue a career in K-pop. How did your family and friends react to your decision?
저는 처음에 진짜 가족이랑
At first, I didn't tell my friends nor my family.
진짜 오디션
It was only when I went for the audition program and it was about to broadcast that I told my friends.
알고 있었던 거죠.
And my friends acted like it was already somewhat expected.
많이 축하해.
저는 일단 부모님은 제가 항상 어릴 때 뭘 하시든
My parents have always been the type to support whatever I do. When I was older, they told me they never wanted to be a hindrance to whatever I wanted to do. They joke about me wanting to pursue K-pop because I didn't want to study. As for my friends, they really doubted that I could be a part of YG because we all loved YG that much.
저도 저희 부모님은
My parents were also quite supportive of when I told them I wanted to become a musician. My home is actually quite far from Seoul, but they were still okay with sending me so far from home. As for my friends, they were very jealous. I graduated from an art school and got myself into such a cool company. So, friends were quite jealous.
Could you take us through the process of how the band goes about making its music and dance choreography?
솔직하게요.
Honestly?
오케이. 일단 곡을
First of all, we feel that the participation ratio of our members putting together a song is quite high.
완전 전체 컴포즈는
It might not be for the entire song, but the producers ask us our opinions and really reflect our opinions extremely well. They even consider their inspiration for their songwriting, so we're collaborating together on a lot of things. When it comes to dance choreography, we go for things that may be cliché but also catchy. That's what we prioritize, something that can be stuck in people's heads. The trend these days for K-pop is to get something that's difficult to do and look really cool. But for our company, we include that and emphasize the catchiness of it. That's why when I said YG puts extra importance on the performance aspect, we focus on how catchy things are when we perform. So we get fans to stand up and dance along with us. And I think that's a factor that's taken into consideration when we put together choreography.
그렇게 작업을 해나가는 것 같습니다.
저희 음악을 만드시는 프로듀서 분들이랑
The producers who make the music and the choreographers and dancers of YGX really reflect our opinions. And I think that's why we come up with such various creations.
더 다양한 그림들이 많이 나오는 것 같습니다. 사랑해요.
We love you, producers.
You're a large group with many members, tend to be precise. What are the dynamics like? Do you guys get along? How do you deal with differing opinions? Do you live together?
일단 항상 항상 어느 인터뷰에 가서도 말씀드리는 거는 이제
We say this everywhere we go, but because it's a lot of people, we really have different faces and characters that exist together. All of us are different people who are friends and live together. So if you look closely into the group, there's a lot of fun aspects about us. We're different, but we go with the flow.
I know I've said this before, and I know it's very cliche, but we're really like the Avengers. Each and every one of us is very cool, and we're very awesome when we're together. Separately as individuals and together as a group, we're really cool. We always spend time together, but each time we hang out, we're like, oh, you had this side of you. I didn't know. You can be the Hulk.
진짜 저희 트레저는
I think Treasure is like a comic book. When you open it, we're cool. But you also want to keep reading over and over because each and every one of us has our own stories. The more you open, the more fun you find out about us. It's like a story that never ends.